Done.
Okay. And then I'll be able to hear on this
Yes.
already?
Yes.
So it's already set.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal. Okay.
We're only recording in the camera.
Testing, can you hear me? Oh, perfect. How do I just get to see the screen here? All right, guys. So Michael Yednak here. We got Ed Duarte and Emily Duddy playing in the Amsterdam Billiards straight pool finals. This should start in a couple minutes, guys. We do have the straight pool finals for Team 9 starting in about 2 hours. So they're trying to finish before that starts. So that's why this probably won't be live streamed, and this will be recorded and then streamed later for you guys. If you guys are just tuning in, this is Michael Yednak here at Amsterdam Billiards, 110 East 11th Street in New York, New York. We got the infamous Kim, the GM, here today. It's a holiday. It's the Martin Luther King holiday today. And we get to play pool here at Amsterdam Billiards.
Take a picture. Yeah, behind the backdrop. Or over the step of the Oh, okay. Usually
I mean, that's what they did.
Whatever.
Whatever they have. So there's just right here. Oh, okay. No, we can go after two. I just want to forget because I might, depending on how close it might be, but right after.
Yeah. We go down back. Okay. We'll do two right after. Because I don't know who's supposed to see it.
Mike will probably do it.
Okay. We'll do it right after. That sounds good. Are you left here, right?
Is this guy right here with the recording?
I think it's fine.
Yeah, they're asking if we're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Recording. So.
yeah, they're recording, so we're all ready, guys.
No, we should double check. If it's going to be
No, I'm gonna say like 5. You wanna give 5 minutes from Mike?
Yep.
Are you left here, right?
All right, so they're going to start the lag, guys. Again, we're at Amsterdam Billiards in New York, New York.
Yes.
I'll quickly thank Henry Chan for setting this up. You're watching Emily Duddy on the right versus Edward Duarte on the left. Emily is actually sponsored by Jacoby Custom Cues, along with myself. I'm also sponsored by Town Billiards, Amsterdam Billiards, of course, the Narcoleptic, and Motif.
Then you can break, and then back for each other after that.
Yes.
Hey guys, the score says 25-0, so I believe someone's getting a handicap at 25 balls in the race to 150.
You want to share it? Share it?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Guys, if this gets posted, we are actually having Joshua Filler and Shane Van Boning coming to the room for an exhibition match. I believe early in February 6th, I believe. Should be an awesome match. We'll be working with Billiard Sports Network and Henry Chan again for streams, but I believe that's going to be a pay-per-view. But look out for that if you guys are interested. And it looks like Edward must have lost the lag because he's choosing the break. Now on the break, he's going to try to hit the wing ball, which looks like the 3 ball, had the 3 ball go to the short rail, come back, and the 8 ball go to the long rail and come back, and leave the cue ball in the upper right corner. Okay, looks like the 3 kind of took its course, 8 took its course, and the cue ball is nearly frozen to the rail, so pretty strong shot by Edward. A little bit of leak with the 3 ball and the 9 ball. Emily's kind of forced to shoot here. Both shots are very tough. Henry's giving me gifts as I come here. Thank you, Henry. Against Henry Chan and Angel Ortega have been doing some amazing stuff in New York with the stream work. So I'll just do a quick thank you to them. Emily wasn't able to put down that tough 9 ball starting out. So Edward's starting with an open table. And currently there's a little bit of congestion in the middle. Looks like the 4, 7 and a couple stripes are a little tied up. He's going to attack this rail shot, probably the 12 next. Maybe the 6, but I like the 12 a little better. So if he's got that window between the 2 and the 6, he can play the 12, bump the 1, and have position on the 6. Okay, pretty good shot. Now he can play position off the 6 to the 10, or come up to the right and play position on the 2. He's got choices here. Okay, looks like he played for the 10. Now he might have the angle to pocket this and go into that little cluster I mentioned earlier. So try to hit that stripe, maybe the 11 ball and the 7. Right, good shot there. And now everything's pretty clear. Probably use the stripe by the side to the 3 ball break shot or the 5 ball break shot.
Hi guys, this is the final.
All right, guys, this is the straight pull finals. So I believe they're going to keep this table by itself and not have anyone else playing next to them. Okay, Edward was a little distracted by that. I think he might just have to go ahead and take away his best key ball. Now what he could do is use this stripe in the lower right corner and then the 4 to get on the 5 or the 3. That's another good option. But he might have to take that soon. So guys, when you're looking for good key balls, the ball in the stack is a good key ball. The 5 leads to the 3, nicely for a key ball. And the currently 7, I think, and the 4 ball, or either that's the 8 ball, I can't really tell, but those 2 solids in the middle aren't really ideal. He'd be better off to use the 5 to the 3 or the 3 to the 5 at the end. So I like this stripe in the lower right, or sorry, solid in the lower right, 7 in the side, and then maybe 5 to the 3. Yeah, play this ball in the lower right corner, then play the side pocket shot. And then I believe the 5 goes by the 3, so do a stop shot, maybe roll forward a little bit, play the 5, and then leave the cue about where it is now for the 3, just a little bit further out. Okay, this is a good angle. And he'll want to be a little closer to the side or the middle of the table, favoring the left side of the table after this. So about 1 diamond out from the side would be ideal, maybe a hair past that. Guys, if you're just tuning in, we're here at Amsterdam Billiards. Edward Duarte's playing right now against Emily Duddy. And this is brought together by Angel Ortega and especially Henry Chan for this round.
You do this thing here?
Yes. Yeah. Or if you want to just use the green and put that.
So it should be 25 to 14.
Seems pretty
Also on the right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, with this particular break shot, I like to use a low left English shot. And depending on where I think it's going to hit the ball, I would hit this with enough pace to come to the short rail and back down. Or if I'm afraid of the scratch, I would do more of a stun draw. Okay, he went forward, so he probably hit the bottom of the ball instead of the top of the ball. But ended up with a pretty good result. I think he can play one of these stripes and play position for the other stripe. Just wants to make sure he doesn't end up straight on the next ball. Okay, so he took a little risk there. He ended up with this, I believe, 12 ball in the upper right corner. And he'll just follow forward, try to get back to the middle of the table. Maybe brush that 11 ball or whatever that middle ball is up above the rack. Okay, pretty good shot there. Now ideally, he would have this side pocket shot and then the 7 ball as his break shot for the end of the rack. Now what he might do is use the 7 to open him up now and then reevaluate later for a break shot. I think that's a wiser decision. A little too early to start thinking break shots and key balls when you still have a lot of congestion. Now what we could do here is play that solid and bump this other stripe into position for a break shot, and then pretty much everything's open. Okay, that was a good shot. Now I might actually shoot the side pocket shot. I think it's the 8 ball on the side if I'm not crazy jacked up, just so I can get position. But I think he's choosing the stripe, so he must have a full cue ball and be able to get up out of there for another shot. Now you can shoot the 11, swing 3 rails back to the other long rail for the stripe on the rail. I like that. So this is center, touch of left. Oh, he didn't use as much left as I thought. He's going to end up okay. I think he has the 6 ball. I would play the 6, float into the 2, and play the 8 and 9 in the side. Right, play the 6 ball, go into the solid, and play either the 8 or the 9 in the side. He might add the 2 after. Okay, if I play this, I'm getting rid of that other stripe up table. So play short side for this stripe. Good shot. If he has the angle, I would come down for the 8 or 9 in the left corner. And I think he tried to do that, but I don't think he quite got there. So I would shoot this stripe in the lower right corner, come back up towards the spot and play either the 8 or that other, I think it's the 9 ball on the side. Okay, he's stunned over to the spot, just as good. Looks like side pocket, 8-ball in the lower right corner, 10-ball on the side, and then the other stripe for the break shot. Now he could double cross me because he could go 10-ball, stop shot, play position on the 8, and then move from the 8 to the middle. He would like his cue ball to be right where it is now for the break shot. He just wants to bang the cue ball back where it is now. I think he made a little bit of a decision error there. He could have still used the stripe swung around for the 8 if he didn't have the right angle. But nice opening 28-ball run. Good thing is if he puts this break shot down, he'll have lots of shots after. Very unlikely he'll scratch. Should get a good separation. So 28-ball run by Edward. We're here live at Amsterdam Billiards. Probably going to be posted later, so maybe not live, but again, Henry Chan is putting this together for Amsterdam Billiards. I like a straight follow shot here, no English. Good, now the arc kept him out of the lower left corner, and he's hoping for a shot on one of these two stripes. A little bit of a bad roll if he can't see this, but I think he's all right. Yeah. Okay, so no danger there. He'll get rid of this other stripe. Probably float down to the middle of the table. Maybe play position on the, looks like the 4-ball next. Yeah, he could play the 4. Also consider this stripe in the lower left corner. Maybe I think it's the 14-ball. Also a possibility. He might even have some other ball in this lower right corner, but I think he's got the 4-ball. He's got to make sure he plays position here. Don't get sloppy. Okay, good shot. He played for the 14. Now he could come out for that other stripe in the lower right corner where his hand is. And since he landed perfectly on this ball up table, I might shoot this ball straight up in the upper left corner, play a stop shot, and then I have angle on this stripe that's a little more favorable. This just depends if he feels good and feels like this upper left corner is unmissable. Now the other option would be to play that stripe in the lower right and draw it out around. I like this a little better. But I think he just missed that. Wow. Okay. Looked like it was going to the outside of the pocket, but it went down. He hesitated a little, so I thought maybe he missed it, but good shot. Okay, that was a wise choice. Now, typically speaking, you want to get rid of the balls underneath the 13 ball, which is his break shot. So get rid of the 3, the 8, and this other stripe. And then manage the other balls in some sort of logical pattern. So I think he's going to take this 8 ball, then the stripe in the lower left corner. And probably, okay, swing back up for the 6. So he played the stripe in the lower right corner, just as good. I would actually play for the 6 in the side here. Now I like this better. He could play this ball in the side, float forward, play the 15 ball, I think, up in the upper right corner, the 7 ball in the lower right corner, 6 ball in the lower left corner, and make it a nice small position out. Or he could do what he did, which is he's going to pocket the 6 next, then the stripe in the upper right, and then use the 7 as his key ball. Both are good. Could also go to 4 if he's a little far away. Okay, he lost his position, so now he might play the stripe and go long rail, try to get the cue ball to go past where it is now and get pretty thick on the 7, or he'll use the 7, go long rail, and get position on the stripe in the upper corner. Just depends on which angle he likes more. Okay, really good recovery shot. Probably stop it right there, maybe come back a foot. I kind of like stopping it there. Okay, he chose to come back a foot. Came back too far. Got a little thicker than he'd like, but still okay. I think he's at 42.
You like? Like?
Oh, great.
This way goes.
Sure.
That's Henry Chan. He's the one that's providing the stream for Amsterdam. Hard worker, amazing guy. This was done a little bit last minute, guys, so we're just trying to make this as best as we can for the players and for the viewers. I'll do a quick shout out to Jacoby Custom Cues, Amsterdam Billiards and Bar, of course, Taum Billiards products, In the Box Sports Apparel, The Narcoleptic, my chalk magnet provider, and then Motif, the projector system I use at Amsterdam Billiards in my home for lessons. Okay, he's got to pound this because he's pretty thick on the ball. So he's going to use probably a stun stroke, very firm, and he needs a little relief. Looks like he's got the 8 ball, which is great. And he can probably split those 2 balls underneath the stack and have position on the combo next. So that 2, looks like 10 ball or whatever that ball is in the corner. Okay, he's using the rake and got position on this stripe. I doubt he'll use it, but he could keep the rake and get rid of that stripe now. But I suspect he's just going to play the combo. Now when he plays this combo, he doesn't want to lose the 2 and have it block the 4. He was able to go direct. That's better yet. Now he's going to focus all attention on pocketing the ball. He would like to go into the other solid here, hoping to attain position on the 9. Looks like he got there. Okay, guys, very fortunate roll there. He got a good shot on the 3. Could have very likely been shooting the 6 in the side or some other shot, but got a little relief there with the 3. Wants to play position on the 6 so he can reopen them. I would say he played a little lazy there. Now he's going to have to play the 6, play position on the 7 to open the rest of them up. Really would have been nice to get position on that 6. What I would have done there is play position for the stripe in the corner and the 6. And then if I mis-executed the 6 speed, I always had that stripe in the upper left corner. But I really like that 6 ball as a secondary break shot. All right, so Ed finally missed running some balls well. Probably knew he wasn't supposed to be shooting the 6, so missed it. That was his best break ball to open up that cluster. Now Emily's got a little bit of work, meaning she's got to play position on the 7 to open them up, or pocket this 11 and then use the solid on the rail to open those balls up. I like getting red 11 and trying to get on the 7 now. It looks like she might have attained the right angle on the 7. If she did, she's supposed to play that, tickle the cluster, get a little bit of separation, make sure she doesn't scratch in the side, overpowering this. Good. Now she's got the 6 in the corner, last resort, and maybe some other shot. Now ideally, she would use the stripe in the stack to bounce the other ball next to it in the break position. So she would like to use those 2 balls in the middle of the stack to create a break shot. Okay, so she can play this stripe, come 2 rails around and get that exact position. If she doesn't get there, she could always play the stripe in the upper left corner. But I would try to play position right where she's putting her cue so she can tickle that other ball into break position. Now she can go 1 rail right in between the 2 stripes and attain that angle. And that's what she's trying to do here. Okay, maybe she was playing on that. Nah, she should have played that then, because then when she bumped it out, she'd had that 15 balls insurance. Now when she creates the break shot, she's gonna have to shoot a long shot in the upper left corner after. So this was a little decision error. Even if she creates a break shot here, she's gonna have to work for position after and come with a decent shot. So now what she might do is play this stripe, play this solid on the rail, play that same position where she can tickle that ball and keep the cue ball in the stack so that after she gets ball in hand in the kitchen. Or maybe the other object ball is outside the stack already and she doesn't need to adjust them. Okay, now that's probably going to end her run. If she goes to bank at the 9, that's too low percentage. She's probably supposed to thin the stripe and leave the cue ball up in the upper right corner. Just thin the stripe, very thin, the top ball, whatever that is, and leave the cue ball in the upper right corner and let her opponent miss. Now both balls are in the stack, so it's a full re-rack and the cue ball is in the kitchen. I'm going to go coach them because I don't think they know this. Guys, I'm here. So since both balls are in the stack, it's a full re-rack, cue balls in the kitchen. You do not have to commit a legal break, but you do have to commit a legal shot unless you want to take an intentional.
Perfect.
Okay?
That's what I thought.
Yep, so full re-rack, cue ball in the kitchen, anywhere she wants. Yep. No, cue ball in the kitchen.
Oh, here.
Yep.
Fully rack there, I'll go on the kitchen.
All right, guys, have funsies.
I know, right?
We'll go there. It was 8-6, I think.
All right, guys, I'm back. So with the cue ball and the object ball in the rack, it's a full re-rack, and the cue ball's in the kitchen. Now, Emily doesn't have to commit a legal break. She could take an intentional foul, or she just has to hit a cue ball or an object ball, go to a rail. She doesn't have to commit a legal break. Okay, now, although she executed this correctly, usually this doesn't have a great yield. A lot of times the ball leaks out, or the return safety is just too easy, meaning maybe Ed can thin this stripe and bring the cue ball back on the rail and put her in a precarious situation. Or he could take an intentional foul, in which case he just has to beat Emily to the safety value. So based on Emily's opening shot, I think what I would do is thin the stripe and lead the cue ball all the way up table and let her shoot at a long stripe unless he's got an open shot on the stripe. Looks like he might. Not sure what he was going for there. Maybe he saw a dead ball or something. Unfortunately, when you see dead balls, a lot of times you die. You got to make sure the ball is 100% or else you can't go for it. So I guess that strategy worked out for Emily, just freezing it on the stack. That has a little more value if you can hit the side of the stack and get a ball to a rail on either side, making it hard to do a return safety. Okay, so Emily lost her cue ball a bit there. Emily is a shooter, so she might go ahead and shoot at this 4-ball in the corner. Kind of feel like she's supposed to make this, but this is a tough shot. Okay, if I'm Ed, I'm going to use that strategy against her, knowing that she's not quite 100% on the long shots today, so I might leave her long shots if I get into a safety battle with her and let her take flyers. And if I'm Emily, I might start to play a little more conservative and not go for those shots. Okay, I believe Ed called the dead shot here, playing the combination in the corner, lower left corner. Okay, Ed lost his cue ball. And that happens sometimes. You see a dead ball, you focus on that and kind of forget your cue ball and let your cue ball fly. And whenever you let your cue ball fly, you can get endangered. So that was a decision error, not an execution error. He just didn't decide where he was placing his cue. He was so focused on the combo. Now if I'm Emily, I'm going to shoot this ball on the side and float down long rail, short rail, and play on the bottom rail so I have some sort of shot in one of the two corners on the bottom. And the reason I like that a little more is I'm guaranteed to be off the rail for my next shot. So I was hoping to come all the way down, just extend that line. Even if I hit the 8, I got the 13 ball in the left corner. If I go between the 8, I had the 11 ball in the right corner or the 10 ball. So I was playing position for multiple balls. I'm not sure if she was just playing for one ball there or what her decision making was there. Unless there's a dead ball, that's a whole nother story. Now she might have to back cut this ball on this side because I'm not sure if that 3 goes. If the 3 goes, she'll shoot the 3. But if not, she probably has to play this ball on the side. She could also play a combination. Okay, so she overcut the 11, which I don't know if she could see past the 3, so not sure what happened there. Ed might have another dead ball on this 2 ball in the corner, but he's got to play cue ball. And he jumped up a little bit on that shot, so he didn't quite get the ideal position. Got Kim Fontanelli working in the back there. She's always working hard. Great person, friend, and employee at Amsterdam Billiards. does a great job managing the place. She's the GM, has been for a while now. Today's Monday. I believe we'll have Eric Carrasco in later as the evening manager. Okay, I think Ed was actually trying to go into the stack there, but I kind of like what he did. By getting underneath those balls, he ensured himself some sort of shot. Now, ideally, he could go into the stack here and have this other stripe as insurance. If not, he's got to play position for that lower stripe to open up the stack. I'm not sure what angle he has. Okay. He tried to force opening the balls. Left Emily with a couple shots, both a little precarious. She could play the 10 in the lower right, or the other stripe on the short rail in the lower right corner. If she makes this 10, she should be all right. So I think she's going to go for the 10, hit the long rail, hit the other long rail, and come back and have a couple opportunities for shots. Just focus all your attention on making this ball. Yeah, that was the only thing that could go wrong, but I think she's got the 15, so she's still okay. And she did right there to prioritize pocketing the ball. You know, like, it's a little unfortunate if she doesn't have an easy shot, but she could also bank the 15 ball towards the other stripe on the bottom and play safe, bringing the cue ball back where it is now. So if she doesn't like this cut, she can just play safe. Emily is a shooter, so I could see her shooting this. I kind of think the upper echelon players should really shoot at this, but if she's not making balls, the safety is just as good. You know, Ed's supposed to double check, make sure this 7 doesn't hit that, I believe it's the 9 ball, off the 1 in. To me, it looks like it's high, but you got to just check. Now, if he doesn't have that, I would thin the stripe and put the cue ball back. I would thin the right stripe, though, near the short rail. I wouldn't thin the 3. Yeah, he kind of sold out the 11 here. Now, even though Emily's missed a couple long shots, I really like her in this situation. She's supposed to pocket this ball, and she's a good ball pocketer, so I expect this to go down. She's going to lose her cue ball a little bit, but it should go to the left side of the table. She'll probably have the 7 next. Okay, she's got the 15, so she's okay. I wouldn't shoot at this 9. She's supposed to shoot the 15. Now, if she can hold the cue, she can play the cue ball back to the right side of the table in the window and play shape. Now, what she did there was she focused on pocketing the ball and let her cue ball go a little bit and got a good roll, and that's okay. Sometimes you got to take a little risk to prioritize pocketing. Now, what she could do is pocket this 14, then the 7, then the 9, and push the 1 down into an underneath the stack break shot. So this is a 14 stop shot. Play the 7 ball, float forward a little bit, like kind of keeping the cue ball to replace the 7, and then pocket the lower left stripe, tickling the 1 down, and then using the 1 underneath the stack as a break shot. I really like that here. Let's see if she sees that pattern. Okay, I think she's still in the quality position to do exactly what I said. She's really wants to pay attention to where this 1 is going. make sure she has a pocketable ball on the 1. Ideally, the cue ball underneath the 1. Okay, I don't think she has enough angle to create enough energy to open up anything off the stack. Ideally, she'll use low right and clip the lower corner ball. I think it's the 6 ball if I saw it correctly at a glance. And try to get 1 or 2 balls out. Don't try to overhit this. But she really wants to hit the 6 ball. The energy between the 6, the solid stripe, and the 7 should push the 7 up, and she would have the 7 in the side. I think that's what I would play here. Either that or make the ball and play a safety off the bottom of the stack. She has both options. Well, she needs that to fall. Now, if that spots, that might spot on the cue ball. Okay, there's enough room up top to spot it. That's actually favorable for Edward. That would have been really bad if it spotted underneath the cue. Guys, we're here at Amsterdam Billiards. You're watching Emily Duddy shoot right now against Ed Duarte. Sorry. This is a race to 150. Emily started, I believe, with a handicap of 25 balls. And I'll do a quick shout out to In the Box Sporting Apparel, Jacoby Custom Cues, also Emily Duddy's sponsor, Talon Billiards, the Narcoleptic chalk holders, and Motif. Nice shot, Emily. Nice shot. And I'll do a quick thanks to Henry Chan for putting this together here at Amsterdam Billiards. Always works hard to try to give a better experience for the viewers tuning in to see these awesome matches, fun matches. I like the 2 ball here. 2 ball, and I hit it with some pace. And I want to hit the ball above the 7. Good, I like that. And she hit it with follow so that she could get back out of the shot and have a couple opportunities. She ended up with the 15 in the side. A little awkward, or she could play the 15 in the corner. The 15 in the corner leans position to, I think it's the 3 ball. Or maybe that's the 7 ball, but it gives her position on the right side of the table. If she plays it in the side, she has to play position for the 4 ball, going up table and back down. Now, if I'm confident, I shoot this in the corner all day long. If I'm not, the side pocket's a bigger pocket. Okay, it's a good shot. Now, I think she can come down for this 4. Then after she 4, she can get back to the middle of the table, and I think that stripe goes in the lower right. There might also be a combo with these 2 stripes next to the 7 ball. That might be wired to the lower right corner. It would be wise for Emily to double check everything, see if there's any dead balls, see what her opportunities are. If she has angle on the 7, she can go to the short rail and back up and play position on the 8 now, or the, I think it's the 11 ball. That would be ideal. Yeah, I'm not sure if she had angle to do that. But she might be able to draw off this 4 ball into those 2 stripes that she's by now and play position on the 8. Or she might have a ball on the side. Looks like that 1 ball might go on the side. Okay, she's going to take the 4. So either she's playing back to the middle for this stripe in the lower right corner. Yeah, this looks like what she's doing. Now she might be able to follow to the right side of the table for this lower stripe in the lower left corner. Or she might be in a little bit of trouble here. If she's in trouble, I would hit it with follow and come back into the 3. That would give me a shot on something. But that'd be follow with a touch of right. Maybe pure follow depending on what angle she has. She could also overspin it and hit the stripes. Okay, I think she tried to do what I said, but she clipped that ball. So she might have needed an actual stun follow instead of a pure follow. Now, if that stripe's not dead, she can leave the cue ball at table and still be okay. But it's kind of hard to get there from where she is. First thing she should do is think of if Edward's on a scratch. I don't believe he is. I think he just mis-executed a safety. I think Emily called a bank. Maybe the 8 goes cross corner. A good effort, a little aggressive, but a good effort. Maybe she didn't see a quality safety. Now, if I'm Ed, I consider the 14 in the corner first, then playing the 11-8 combination, and then going from there. Oh, I would have kept the cue there, got rid of that 11. That opens the pocket for the other stripe in the lower right corner. Now he might have to shoot away a break shot. I like the 10 ball as my break shot. Okay, if he plays this and plays a stop shot, maybe he can play the 11-8 combination next and use one of those 2 balls in the stack as a break shot by pushing it out. I like, based on his last shot, since he followed up, I think he's supposed to do a 10 stop shot, use the 11 to combination the 8, and then open up those 2 balls and create a break shot. He's choosing to hold on to the 10 balls as break shot and trying to maneuver around it. I feel like he's working a little hard this rack, and I think there were a couple other solutions that might have been a little better for him. Now he's going to play this ball on the side. That was a very, very well executed shot in a sense that he's able to maintain that 10 and still get out here. He's going to have to work for his key ball to break shot though. Okay, if he can use this 11 to get on the 13 as his key ball to the 10, then he's okay. I actually like using a low outside and getting the cue ball on the line it's on now. He could also use follow inside. Right, he chose the follow inside. He's got a lot of life here. I do like going long rail, back out. Long rail, back out. Maybe he was afraid of scratching, but got the perfect angle on the 10, so made a good decision. Played good speed.
7-7, yeah. Sure, no problem.
Has the right angle. I think it's taken a brief break, so I'll do a quick thank you to In the Box Sporting Apparel, Jacoby Custom Cues, Talon Billiards products. I'll do a quick shout out to 3-second cue cases, the narcoleptic chalk holders, Motif. I use their programming for the lessons I give with the projector. So thank you, Patrick Ma, for that. And of course, I'll thank Greg Hunt, Amsterdam Billiards, for giving us the opportunity to put this product out there for you guys. And again, thank you, Henry Chan and Angel Ortega. Current score, guys, is 58 for Edward, 50 for Emily. Guys, I'm going to slip away briefly, grab a quick water, and I'll be right back. I'll see you guys shortly.
Just put it over here, inside here. That's how it shuts off.
All right, testing, guys. Perfect, perfect. So I slipped away. Edward made the break shot like a champion. Looks pretty good here. Oh, so I got a monitor now. I can see the balls a lot better. So actually trade positions here. He's going to cut this 12 ball. He's going to go into the stack, but ooh, didn't quite make the ball. Emily's got a good chance here. All right, so Emily's got the one ball. She can go into the 5 off the 1, but she's not guaranteed a shot. So I would play position off this 1 to have position on that stripe in the side. So she wants to make sure she gets through this 5 ball and has a shot on the side pocket shot. Let's see if she was successful to get on that side. I think she was. It's close. She's getting down the shot, but I think she's got it. If she doesn't, she's kind of forced to play the 9 ball. Or if the 11's not in the way, the 5 would be a big pocket bank if the 11's not in the way. But the 11's in the way, she's not supposed to play it. but the ball in the draws helps that go in if she's got clearance by the 15. She's checking now. I think she's got this ball on the side, or she's got to back cut this 9 one way. Pure follow, no English on this. Okay, she was really quick on her backswing there, and that cost her. Okay, so Emily wasn't able to punish Edward for his miss. And no real surprise who's in the finals here. Sean Hayden and his brother are both out of town. There were a couple other main contenders for this in the gold division, but Emily and Ed, very fine players, and we're expected to get close to here or here. Now, this is a situation where I think he's supposed to use the 14 to the 11 as the last 2 balls and use the 11 as a break shot. So I would try to negotiate this rack with that in mind now that everything's open. So if you're a little new to straight pull, it's ideal to think of the rack in certain, I'll say, sections. So there's the opening break, then there's the solving your problems section, and then when once it's open, you want to decide your break ball and key ball, and then prioritize balls based around that. He could also play the 14 now, play this other stripe and use the 5 to get a key ball on the 11. I like that just as much, but I don't think he's doing that route. Yeah, I don't agree with that. He shouldn't have gone in the balls there, and he's actually made it much more complicated. He's going to be forced to shoot the 11. He might get lucky and create the 5 ball as a break shot. But that wasn't his initial intent, and that was risky what he did there. So I think that was a little decision error that he's just not going to get punished for here. But he's got life. Probably play position on the 13 or 3 now. I think he's lucky in that he has position on the 2 here and isn't eclipsed by this ball to where he can't see the 2. So he'll play the 2, the 8, probably 13, and then the 3 to get position on, I think, the 5 ball break shot. He could also go 3-13, which I think he'll probably consider, but he's going with the 13 ball. Got a little straight, so might have to pull all the way back to the short rail and back up. Just let it stroke out. You should have the right angle on the 5. Okay, he's able to stun it over. That's better. You got a great angle. So he had a little more angle than I thought. Nice shot, Edward.
For sure. Yeah, you got it.
Okay, I'll do a quick thank you, of course, to Amsterdam Billiards, Greg Hunt. I'll thank Kim and Fod, the GM and the assistant GM, for their constant efforts to make things better here. Jacoby Custom Cues, Talon Billiard Products, the Narcoleptic Chalk Holders, and Motif. I'll thank Henry Chan and, of course, Angel Ortega for also constantly doing streams and getting stuff in a positive direction here. Okay, Edward's really trying to hit the 3 with follow, or sorry, 5 with follow and hit the 8 ball. Okay, missed it. Hit it a little thick. And I think Emily's got a pretty wide open rack here. She can play this ball on the side, opening up, come up and down the table. She's guaranteed the 2 as long as she doesn't overhit it. Ideally, I'd play a little softer and get rid of this. I believe it's the 1 ball on the side. Just get rid of those balls up table, make it a half table game. So I like 7-1-2. Okay, she's choosing this 1 first. Maybe the 7 was blocked. Now this 2 sometimes jars, so I might actually play the 9 ball here in the corner, sorry. The 9 ball is pretty unmissable, where the 2 sometimes you jar. Now if she can hold this ball, she's got the 7 or the 3. I'd play one of those 2 next. Probably the 3. Go into the stack and have the 15 as insurance. I like that a lot if she sees that. Unless there's some coverage by the 7 ball and that ball doesn't go in the side. Maybe she doesn't have the angle to go into the stack. In my mind, that was kind of a useless ball anyway, so that's good enough to get rid of. Now she could play angle off this 9 for that 3 ball on the side, go into the left side of the stack, open everything up, and she should have the 15 as insurance. I really like that play. That kind of solves most of the problems. So play this 9, come up a little bit, leave angle on the 3, maybe a half ball hit, and then use the 3 ball on the side to open the rest of the stack, hitting the 11 ball. Now she's a little chubby on this 10, which means that position to other balls is going to be pretty tough. So I would have left more angle if I was going to shoot that ball. Now she's got to work for position, and she's close to the rail, so she really only has a follow opportunity. This could be very precarious. So she's making the right decision to play position on the 15 next, so she's going to go 10-15. She's not seeing this 3 in the side, which really would have solved all of her problems. She's still considering for the 3 in the corner. So now she's playing the 3 in the side, playing position on the 15. And if she can stun into the 13, she should have the 4 ball or the 10 ball after. So she's supposed to play the 15 and go into the 13 here. And I like a stun draw on this, making sure I hit the top part of the 13. Or a sliding draw, as I like to call it. All right, so she missed the 13. She probably hit the ball on the left side of the pocket or the outer side of the pocket. Or maybe she overstroked it trying to get power, but I don't think she had the draw she was looking for on that shot. Now, Edward's probably forced to play a safety off this 10 ball. I would stick the cue ball basically 1 diamond from the right side, thin the 10 ball, and put the cue ball back in that upper right corner as we're looking. Yeah, I would just leave a thin cut in this 10, hitting the right side of the 10 as he's looking at it, or left side, as thin as he can, and just bring the cue ball back up in that upper right corner. He's going for the 8, so he must feel confident that he can pocket this and get some sort of shot after it. Well, If he knew he was going to pocket it, that was the right shot. I feel like he chose the right shot because of the result. I'm probably going to play the 12 here. If I've got angle, play the position on this ball on the side, and then get rid of that 10. Now, I'm not sure what he was doing there. I don't feel like that was a very safe shot. Maybe he's playing position for that 5 in the side and just overhit it. I wonder if there's a dead ball there. I wonder if that 14-15 is dead. It looks pretty close. I'm not sure if he even looked. If he does shoot at the 8, you should tuck his shirt in, make sure he doesn't foul any of those balls. He should also look and see if the 14-11 is wired. Maybe he can bump the 6 in better position. Yeah, he tried to do that, so that wasn't there. He's starting to run out of balls to go into the stack, so he would really be favorable if that 14-15 is wired to the left corner. I still don't think he's looked. Or maybe he knows and he's playing for it later. Starting to run out of shots here. Okay, he's going to cut this 1, come back and try to hit the 9, I think, unless something's dead. Yeah, this is just getting worse and worse. From here, he might have to call a safety, pocket the 6, leave the cue ball up table, and have the 6 spotted, and go from there. So you're playing a tough pot, playing a safety, unless the 9-11's wired in the side, or the 15 cuts in the lower right corner. Yeah, he's calling a safe, so he's playing the 6. Having it respotted and leaving the cue ball up in the kitchen. Smart play. Assuming this 15-14 isn't wired. Now Emily's looking at the 2. She might be able to thin the 2 back to the middle diamond, bring the cue ball back to the middle diamond, 2 rails. Or that combo must not be on because neither of them are looking at it. That looks pretty inviting to me, though. And if that's there, then I would say Ed made a very poor decision not to exploit that. Now, Emily doesn't have to get a reward from here. Okay, but the other ball was dead, so she definitely saw a dead shot. And I would say Ed made an error not to shoot that. Okay, Emily's got to come with a tough spot shot here. Now, if you're playing on the Predator Tour, this is a shot that we practice. So she should be familiar with the shot, just not frozen from the rail. So the biggest mistake I'm seeing from these guys, both of them have saw or used dead balls and made the dead ball but not controlled the cue ball. So focused a little too much on making the ball and not paying attention to what the nature of the cue was supposed to do after making the dead ball. I would say that's cost at least Ed 2 or 3 innings and Emily at least 1 or 2 innings. So that's big at this level. Now if I can keep the cue out of the stack and get position on the 2, he's got life. Okay, good shot. He's going to try to use the 2 to hit the outer wing ball on the left side of the rack.
it's showing 51 here. I think the 51 is correct. It's almost like this one was already here for double.
No, because I had 7.
No, but like I said, no. But you had 51 here in the
Yeah,
last
but I
one.
had a
There.
scratch.
Oh, she's the scratch. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
scratch.
yeah, because the scratch we can.
Yeah,
That's why it's missed.
That's why I just calculate, or we just copy it from up there, because those are good scratches. I appreciate it.
Yeah, they're using a number system. Ed has a digital scoring system for us. I'm sorry, Henry has a digital scoring system for us, and Ed and Emily are just getting acquainted with it. So they're using the beads up top, and then they're keeping track of score at the end of the inning on the front so we can see it for you guys. Guys, if you're visiting Amsterdam Billiards, we have the legendary John Lehman, our tournament director, and he was recently nominated for Billiard Hall of Fame for his work as a referee. I'm very fond of John, so I hope if you guys take a moment and can vote for him, that'd be awesome. Part of our crew here at Amsterdam Billiards. Again, growing up in this room, being a part of this room for over 20 years, I found a lot of quality friends and good people here. So I got a little lucky not to scratch, and took an intentional foul, I believe. And Emily's trying to freeze him on the stack, taking an intentional foul back.
I'm going to put it up for when I take pictures. Are you want it up?
John, you're nominated for the Billiard Hall of Fame. They can
BCA.
BCA, CSI,
Titans of Industry Hall of Fame.
Titans of Industry Hall of Fame. So John's initiated in that as a potential winner of that. If you guys can vote on that, that'd be awesome. Sorry guys, I was just talking to John to get the down low on that. So it's a CSI, Billiard Industry Hall of Fame. And I think John's done so much for the industry that he should really be considered for that. So I don't know if Emily got the best out of that intentional foul. She has been pocketing these long shots. Now, if she makes this 10, then it was the right play. But leaving Edward this 14 ball, even though she hit the 10 correctly, she didn't get the right energy on the cue to get it all the way up table. So I think she should have been a little more aggressive on the safety, maybe put Edward there, tested him under the pressure and see if he was coming with the shots. Just a thought for future play. Now, even though Edward wasn't rewarded, he can play a safety off here, and he's not on a foul, so he can take an intentional foul if he'd like. Now, I think he can scrape this ball he's on top of, hit the left long rail and come back into the stack. And he shouldn't really sell out as long as he can clip enough of that ball to get back and forth. Now, if he doesn't have that angle, I might take an intentional and leave that and see if Emily can execute it. And if she doesn't, maybe she just takes an intentional foul and then I do it after. Guys, here at Amsterdam, if you are part of the league, they usually have a league party for the finals where they have an open bar, free table time from like 6 to 9 while the finals are going on. So I highly recommend league members coming to that and enjoying that. I know we're not live, so just for the future thought. right, so Ed didn't play a good safety. Emily's got some options here. Now, if I'm Emily, I'd actually consider this 15-up table just to attain better position on the 5 and 7. Because I don't want to be thick on the ball, and I want to have that 7 to maybe create angle to use one of the balls to go back into the stack, like maybe this lower stripe in the right corner of the stack to open up the balls. Now from here, she's going to play for the stripe, and then I'm not sure what she's going to have after. All right, so she had angle where she was able to get an angle on the stripe. Maybe she can go into the lower solids softly, the 4 ball, put it in a better position to use to get into the stack. But I don't think she's supposed to go into the stack here. Unless she can follow, go underneath and hit the 3 or 9, then maybe she has something after. But I don't think she's supposed to stun into the stack. Yeah, a little decision error there. Not the time to try to go at it that way. If she was supposed to go into the 4, she's supposed to do it softly, just push it in position. Now it's got this nice, perfect break shot to open up the whole stack. You can just use follow, make sure he goes through it. Yeah, with the follow shot, he's supposed to have some sort of shot after. Now, both players haven't really used an underneath the stack break shot, yet here's another opportunity where the 9 ball would be a wonderful break shot. They've been using underneath the stack with like this 15 ball, which is not ideal. The 13 ball or the 9 ball are much better. Now, if I'm Ed, I might go ahead and take away this 3, and then the 4, and then the 11. I'm not sure if I like this. Take the 3, as long as the 3 clears, take the 3, 4, and then the 11. Maybe the 3 doesn't clear, and he's got to weave between the 3, 4 now with the inside English. I feel like Ed's always trying to create a side of the stack break shot and maybe not accepting other quality break shots like this 9 ball that he's shooting away right now. So he must be planning to use the 13, but I would have kept the 9 as a key ball to get on the left side of the stack for the 13. Now, if this 3 ball clears, he was supposed to clear this out a long time ago. But if it doesn't, he's going to use low left, come back up for the 3, and then try to play some sort of position on the 9. Okay, let's see if he can get to the left side of the 9. I think he's got the right angle where he can float above it. Try to get parallel on the 9, slightly underneath it. Okay. If he had that angle, he should just spun with a lot of outside English, a lot of right English, and made sure that he got parallel at least. But still in control. Do a quick shout out to Amsterdam Billiards, Henry Chan, putting on the stream. I'll thank Angel Ortega. He's going to be helping with the stream later. You're listening to Michael Yednak. one of the house pros here at Amsterdam Billiards, available for lessons and cue repair. I'll thank Jacoby Custom Cues, Town Billiards, Amsterdam Billiards, of course, the Narcoleptic Chalk Holders, and Motif. Thank you, Patrick Ma, Elvis Rodriguez, Brandon Jacoby, and especially Greg Hunt. Now what Ed can do is hit this towards the middle diamond and freeze the cue on the stack. He could also play a stop shot on the 8, freeze him on the 7, assuming that Emily couldn't cut it in. I think she could have cut it in, so I think he chose the right shot. Now Emily's just going to clip the 14, the 9, or the 8 and bring the cue ball back to the lower right corner of the table, preferably around the first diamond. She needs to have enough speed. Now if I'm Ed, I'm just going to make this ball and call safety. Lead the cue ball down in the middle diamond. Try to freeze Emily on the stack. I wouldn't go for this. There's no reward for slamming this and trying to go 2 rails into the stack. Just play the safety. Yeah, that's suicide. Now Emily can actually play this and go into the stack because this is 100% make. She's just got to focus on the angle and the thinness of hit to create a lot of energy on the cue so that when it hits the stack, she gets some separation. I like hitting a little thinner than a quarter ball hit, but draw, not follow. And making sure I aim at the 3. She hit it too chubby. And now Edward wasn't punished for his bad decision. So if I'm Ed, I'm going to thin to 12, go back up table. He doesn't need to take an intentional foul here. If he leaves Emily that 12, that's not good. If Emily can see the edge of this 12, that's not a good play. Okay, this is okay. But she can try to clip the 2 and come back up table. If she can see the 2 and not scratch, she can bring the cue ball all the way back up table. I don't like using the 12 as much. A lot of times you sell out trying to do the 12. But if she can see the 2, she's got a lot of life. This is why I don't like the 12. This is why I don't like the 12. The 11 came out and gave Edward a good opportunity. I'm not sure if Edward can go to the stack, but he can definitely float forward, play position on the 8, and then use the 2 balls a break shot later. Also check and see if there's any dead balls. Okay, he had enough angle to go into the stack, so I was wrong. That's a good shot if he had the right angle. Now I play the 7, go into the 14, get another more separation. Maybe that ball blocked the 7. Probably play the 15-2 combo if it's the right angle from here. If it's not, then I don't shoot it, but he's not even looking at it. Okay, now he's going to use the 7, hit that 14. If this 2 ball is a little bit off the rail, this 15-2 combination is super makeable. If it's not, then he's got to find some relief. Now I think he tied up the 14, otherwise he'd shoot it now. Now the angle he had on that 15-2 earlier seemed like it was a high percentage shot. So if he ends up shooting this 15-2, then I would say he should have shot it earlier. So he's going to play the 12 and then probably this 15-2. And then I'll have the 9 to open up the stack. Now, if the 2's frozen, I can understand the hesitation. But the 2's off the rail, he's supposed to be highly favored to make this ball. Now, he's shooting at the 6, so there's something wrong with that 15-2 combination. So this makes more sense why he hesitated. I would use follow, though, and play position on the 9. He's drawing the ball, I would follow this. I'm not sure why he didn't follow and go into the 3-4 there and open everything up and have the 9 as insurance. Okay, he's shooting this 9, going to open up these last balls. He doesn't want that to drop. Okay, that's a potential break shot. So, if he can play this solid and get the ideal angle to make this combo, he's supposed to shoot it. I don't see a lot of relief with any other shots, so, well, he could play this combination, this 4-3 in the side, and open them up if they don't go. But apparently it was good the whole time, so I'm not sure why he hesitated so long. Now he can play this solid in the lower right corner, play this, I believe, 4-ball or 8-ball on the side, or in one of the corners, play the 15-ball and then use the 3 balls as break shot. Now, if he can get the cue ball where the 15-ball is, a pure draw stroke with about a half-ball hit will explode the rack. I saw Steve Lipsky do this shot quite a bit back in the day when he was at Amsterdam, and I used to love the way he hit that 3-ball on the side. So let's see if Edward knows this shot or not. But this 3-ball is actually a good break shot. Okay, now he would like to get as close to this long rail that the 15 and 3-ball are on as possible. So he's going to probably slow roll this with low left and kill this ball and keep the cue as close to the position it's in now or closer to the rail. Guys, I'll do a quick thanks to Amsterdam Billiards, In the Box, Sporting Apparel, Jacoby Custom Cues, Town Billiards, Narcoleptic Chalk Holders, and Motif. You're watching Edward Duarte playing Emily Duddy. Race to 150. Emily started with 25.
That's a good point. Henry, this is a go past 100?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So
you
we
have
have
to
to go all
cycle.
the way back down?
Yes.
Okay. Huh? 125.
Okay, you know that. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm so used to
We'll make it work.
Guys, anyone looking at the rules for straight pull, sometimes people get a little confused about what to do with the final ball, if it's in the rack or outside the rack. The WPA has a website where they talk about billiard rules, and the straight pull rules are very good on that site. So World Pool Association is a great device for that. And Edward lifted himself too far to the right side of the table for the side pocket break shot and wasn't able to get into the stack. And now he's going to take an intentional foul, leaving Emily a pretty good shot in this 13. I'm not sure if she can get into the stack, but she can definitely make it, play a safety if she wants, or just play an all-out safety from here. I like making it and playing the safety, trying to get the cue ball all the way back. Just got to focus and make the ball, but I don't think the 1 point has any value. So current score, guys, is 58 to 101. Emily did start with 25 balls. So Edward's currently favored to win. I'm not sure what Emily's high run is, but she's still in the match at this point. But she needs to stop Edward from continuing his runs and continuing control. I think he should use the 14 ball as a break shot, so he should play position on the 2 next. Okay, he had to go into the 14. So maybe play the 9 and use the 2 ball as your break shot. So maybe 9, whatever this ball is in the lower left corner, play position on the 2 to go into the stack. Since it's in the middle of the table, this is what we like to set up for our opening break shot when we're trying to do a high run. Back at Derby in the day, they used to have a straight pull high run, and they would let you take ball in hand, and guys would set up this particular shot and use this to go into the stack. Obviously, you have to have the right angle to be going towards the rack. Now maybe Edward can tickle the 11 into a better position and still get shape. Okay, he tried to get lucky. It was a big decision error there. No reason to take any risks. He's got Emily against the ropes. Okay, I think he got there. And if I'm not mistaken, oh no, I was going to say Ed was in the finals, but I think his team got to the semifinals. So Ed's living large lately, getting far in every event he's in. Emily's supposed to play safe here, unless she can make it. Wow, she can make that ball. Now this ball, she has life. She can go into the stack here. She can pocket this 11, hit around a diamond and a half with center ball, maybe a touch of right. I wouldn't use top right, but center right. Hit the 3rd diamond and go right towards the stack, aiming at the 13. This is a center right, not a top right. No, she hit the 2nd diamond. So the top right will force it to arc forward and go wide. She need to hit a center right there. Ed's doing the same safety he played before. Going above the line, using left English to spin back towards the short rail. This time he left it more in the center, which was ideal for the position he's in. Now, if there's no dead balls, then Edward did really well. What I would try to negotiate is maybe kicking 2 rails underneath and getting a little separation without leaving a ball, just so it's harder for Edward to play an intentional foul again. Okay, that was actually a great shot Emily just hit. Good read on her to see that she could hit that side of the stack, play a safety. Now Edward's going to try to thin this ball, put it all the way back up table again. Bait her with that solid near the stack. Now Emily's got to check, make sure there's no dead balls. Yeah, it looks like there is because she's calling the shot. Maybe the 10 ball. Or maybe the 1 ball. That is always a risk of going into the stack. Now again, Emily played that dead ball and didn't play position with the cue, so. And look, I'm guilty of this too. She's just not paying attention to where the cue's going after she makes the dead ball. She's so focused on making the dead ball. But if a ball is dead enough for you to make, then you got to play cue ball position. If it's not dead enough to make, you can't shoot it. Ooh, that was a good effort there. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Ed can shoot the stripe, get better position on the 13. Or if he's sitting well, he may be able to play the 6 ball or the 8 ball. Play position on the 5 to the 13, but he's got options here. What I wouldn't do is shoot the 13 here. Okay, he lost his cue ball a little bit. Probably gonna have to fly at the 5, let the cue ball go a bit. Luckily, he's got the 10 hanging in front of the pocket. Just make sure he doesn't scratch. And I spoke too soon. He no longer has an easy shot. So he's probably supposed to shoot the 10 down the rail in the lower left corner. Or the 13 if it feels good. Maybe the 10's a little too thin. Or maybe the 10 has no reward. Now, if this 9-15's wired, he should have played that first. But I'm not sure what he has here. Maybe he's got angle on this ball, I'm not sure. Yeah, also maybe this solid goes by the 15, the corner, the 7 ball goes by the 15. Yeah, the 7 must go by it. Okay, he's got the 9 as a break ball. Looks like 10, 15, 9 is the pattern. Doesn't really have a choice. This is a low left. Would like to get underneath it, that'd be ideal. All right, this is perfect position. There's a great shot Edward just hit. He's gonna get the cue ball back towards the middle of the table. Favoring the right side a little bit. Okay, good stroke, good position. So another 14 balls, should be at 115 to 58. And you're watching Emily Duddy, Edward Duarte, playing Amsterdam's 14-1 Gold Division Finals. You're listening to myself, Michael Yednak, one of the house pros here at Amsterdam Billiards. I was given a couple lessons earlier, so I was in the neighborhood, and Henry had the stream, so I thought I'd go ahead and do some commentary for you guys. No, it says 112, so Emily must have made a couple balls there. So 112 to 59. Okay, he's got the 11 ball, can come up for the 3. No serious problems here. Just gotta find a, ooh. That was a bad shot. So he might have to play the 3 up, the 13 up in the upper left corner if he didn't get shape. Now the good thing about this shot is he just has to focus on making it. He's got the 2-ball guaranteed. So just make sure he does a slow pullback and release nice and smooth. Okay, good shot. Center of the pocket. Now I don't think the 14-12 is wired. So probably have to play the 2. And if he leaves angle on the 3, he could go into the stack, but I don't think that's safe. I think he should play the 3 and then use the 4 to go into the stack, or the 8. Now, based on what he did there, I think he lost his cue ball, so he's got to play a safety. If he can see the left side of the 8, he can bank the 8 towards the 4, or at least just get underneath the stack and leave the cue in the upper right corner. Yeah. He just doesn't want to leave Emily the 3. Now Emily's reaching the point of no return. So if she has a valid shot, like the 3-ball, in 9-ball, we're going for this, and we're making it way more than 80% of the time. So I think because she's close to the head spot, and this is a very makeable shot, I think she's supposed to cut this in. Okay. What I'm going to say there is she missed it on the pro side. She played to overcut it. The tendency is to hit it chubby, so she played it with the proper intent, which was to hit it thin.
I thought it was a scratch. I thought it was a scratch, but it came out before, so.
Now if I'm Edward, I'm going to pocket this stripe, and if I have angle, I'll go into the stack. If I don't, I'll use the 3 to go into the stack. I think he's got angle though. Okay, he's either got the 7 or the 3. I believe he's got the 7. He could play position for the 6 next. I like that. Okay, he played the 4, but I would have played the 6 in the side on that, just to clear out a little more real estate there. Opened up the pocket for the 12, you know, little details, little things there. Now he might play for the 1 here. Okay, I don't think he was trying to split that hole, but he got okay. He can hit the 14, hit the 12, and now the 10 next, or the 3. Okay, he's got the 6, 15, and I like taking care of the 1. So 6, 15, 1, using the 5 as my break shot. And the reason I like that is because I want to get rid of that 1 ball as quickly as possible. So play the 6 ball. If I have the angle, play position for that rail shot by the side pocket. Then the 15, then the 1. Okay, so from here, I like 3, 15, 1. Now, if he has, you can play a stop shot, play the 1 up table, but I think he's got the correct angle to play the 15 the side. The 1, I don't like this. Unless this is a race to 125 and not 150, in which case I've miscalculated everything here. If I'm Ed, I'm playing the 6, the 10, and then trying to play underneath the 1-5 for position, because I don't want to ruin my break shot, unless he doesn't need a break shot. Okay, that was a big inning. Emily's got to turn things around here. The only good thing about that is Ed took away the primary break shot, but if Emily shoots this 1, plays position on the 10, then the 6, she can use the 5 underneath the break shot as a break shot, and that should be sweet. So 1, 10, 6, slide underneath the 5 for a break shot. Okay, she didn't get high enough on the 10. She wanted to be nice and thick on the 10. So now she's got to come with a good shot in the 10, go back and forth, and then get a good shot in the 6 to get the proper angle on the 5 for a break shot. Okay, really good shot on the 10, really nice angle on the 6. She can get the sweet spot in the 5, and for the first time, we'll see the ideal underneath the stack break shot. This is what I've been waiting for the whole set. I'm glad that someone, Emily Duddy to be the precise, got this quality shot. So a quick thank you to Amsterdam Billiards and Bar, Greg Hunt. Kim is the GM and Fad is the assistant GM, and Eric will be coming in shortly. And a quick shout out to In the Box Sporting Apparel, Elvis Rodriguez, thank you so much, buddy. Jacoby Custom Cues, Brandon Jacoby, thank you. Talon Billiards, Jonas, thank you. The Narcoleptic Chalk Holders, thank you, Bradley and Robert. And Motif, thank you, Patrick. And obviously, a huge thank you to Henry Chan for putting this out for you guys. Then you guys check this out. Probably share this on the 14-1 Billiard Fanatics, maybe Amsterdam's Straight Pull page, or Henry Chan's YouTube channel. Shoot, maybe Michael Yednak's YouTube channel. We'll all share. But let's see what Emily has here. I think she has the 8-ball. Little tough, but I think she'll have the combo on the 2 stripes in the lower left corner if she doesn't have an easy shot. Not ideal. If she can draw back, which she's got a good stroke, she can draw back for the 11. Emily needs to turn this around now. She can't let Edward take any more control. I'm not sure if this is a race to 125 or 150. 125. Henry just said it's a race to 125, so Emily needs to run out from here or she's pretty much over. I thought the gold division went to 150, but Henry clarified it's a race to 125.
Yeah, because the scoring we have only goes to 3 digits. We'll work on that next time.
Guys, I got to tell you, Henry Chan's been doing a lot of great streams here for Amsterdam Billiards, really working hard to make beautiful things happen in the room. We've done a lot of rewiring, trying to get the internet better and the image better and the sound better. So if you guys have any recommendations, please feel free to reach out to Henry. That was a great shot because she had the key ball on the side, regardless of what happened. And she probably should take that because that alleviates the combo need with the stripes. So she can play this ball on the side. She should have the 6 next unless she's afraid of brushing the other ball.
What? 62 to 123.
Yeah, I like this shot. Oh, but she missed it. I think Edward only needs 2 based on what Henry was telling me. So he can play the 6 and then the 10 and win this. So we'll know shortly if this will race to 125 or 150.
Yeah. Yeah, but this one goes to 2 digits.
And that's it, guys. Great sportsmanship by both players. We got Emily Duddy. She's a great fixture at Amsterdam Billiards, and Edward's a new fixture at Amsterdam Billiards. Been getting far in various leagues. Great to have him around the room. Great to have Emily here. Special thanks to John Lehman and Alaska Sean Morgan for running the Straight Pull League. Thank you, Henry Chan. Thank you, Greg Hunt. Thank you, Narcoleptic. In the Box Sporting Apparel, 3-second cue repairs, Jacoby Custom Cues. Obviously, Amsterdam Billiards, the Narcoleptic chalk holder, and Motif. I'm going to sign out, guys. Thanks so much. Thank you, Henry Chan. Thank you, Angel Ortega. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care, guys. Be well. Bye-bye.